living up to expectations, but we can control finishing strong.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Ncaa. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. And the Badgers will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. The first play does nothing.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
He leaves it with his back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Listen to this place. Oh, man, they love their Badgers. 3rd down coming. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. With the catch, it's Terry. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The sticks inside the 25. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Cornhuskers are on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Pocket breaking down. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nebraska!
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off, and by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back has it. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Badgers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
Looking for a man. It's Karapateas. Quickly complete. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Badgers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, really just rough the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Finds his big tight end. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. On 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll try the run. Running into the open space. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Badger. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Tennessee endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Rocky Top. And the Vols came away with a win. Wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is because, as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got enough for the 1st. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the 2nd quarter. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just a barista-cuff-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Tight end now in motion. They're going to run it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. To the air on 2nd down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On the shotgun, they'll run it. Makes it past the marker. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure with every win. That makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. 3rd down coming. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And the Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. A first down run on the doorstep. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Huskers!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. The Badgers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Teams proving to be special.
And every year there's exciting new freshmen to look at and talk about and pump up. And this guy got a lot of that pump, and you see why. The dynamic play on special teams. You could see the speed. You could see the wheels. And you know the reason the fans were jacked up when they signed this guy this year.
And he's going to bring it out. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And the Badgers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Unloads quickly. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa on target.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Badgers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They just keep firing. Puts it out of the air. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Badgers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. A strike downfield. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
That's a good-looking throw, and I know when we talk Wisconsin offense, we're always talking about running backs, but they've seen their fair share of QBs too. Darren Bevel back in my day, Scott Tolzien had some success, and then, of course, Russell Wilson also. This guy right now in this game, he needs to get himself into a rhythm, and if he gets there, he's dangerous.
Off the play fake on first down. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Off the RPO, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Fires to the middle. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. BYU was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen from the Cougars over the years. A win, yes, but this one lacked style points. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Cornhuskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Huskers will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The Badgers decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Let's see what he can do with it. Makes a move. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
And the Badgers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Looking for blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. They'll leave it with him. Sweet cut there. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Second down coming up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Listen to this place. Oh, man, and they love their Badgers. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. He's at the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Nebraska. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Leaves it with the back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Trying play action. Under fire. Using the quick game.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Back to throw. It's Karapateas. He lobs one high down the left side. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Caught over the middle. It's Terry. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
That quick slant is a hard ball to adjust to and make your quarterback look good. If you throw it behind me and I'm coming down the line of scrimmage, I really don't have a chance to adjust and try to make my quarterback look good. He's got to miss that thing low or high. He can't miss it behind me.
The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. The Huskers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And the Huskers are in the hurry-up. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. Touchdown, Huskers! And the beatdown has ensued. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Quick toss to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Pulls and fires complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the spot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
Fires to the big fella. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. He's got it. He gets a block. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
The give to the back. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays.
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Works the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Trying to set up the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offense trying to get the screen pass to the running back and get him out into space to do some damage, but the defense not having it. No gain on that play.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. So first down will open up the final period. From the gun, the ground game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give out of the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. To throw, it's Riddick. Unloads to the wideout. Fakes the grab. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. And the Badgers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Working that left side now. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Proctor. Finds his target down the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Now on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Badgers can really attack on this second and short. Here's the handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll pitch it. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. And the Badgers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Pulls it and fires to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Yeah, And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
To the air, it's Proctor. Fires to the big fella. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on first down, open up the entire plate.
And it just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Huskers will have it 1st and 10. Quickly out to the tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
And the Huskers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Going with the counter play here. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. They'll keep it on the ground. Turning it on. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. They believe they can run right here. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Second down coming up.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.